Hi, my professional colleagues. Do you know that the get function can replace the work of the VLOOKUP and the XLOOKUP? I mean the get function. For example, we were given this data that show the customer order number, customer name, state and the product name, quantity sold, unit selling price and the total or amount of what we have sold. Now let's compare these two functions, VLOOKUP and the get function, to know which one is much better between the two functions. Now the first one is VLOOKUP. Press is equal to VLOOKUP, press tab. The first question the VLOOKUP will ask us is that lookup value. What are we looking up for? We are looking up for this customer order. Click on it. We want to know the total amount. The next thing we are going to do, press comma. So it will ask you the next question, the table array. What is our table array? You will cover this table from here to here without the header. It is not necessary that you align the header. Now the next thing, let me press F4 to lock it. Press comma again. It will ask us for the next question. The next question, what we are trying to return is column index. Which column do you want me to return back? We now count the column from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Therefore, our column number 7 is where we have the total amount, because you want the VLOOKUP to return the total amount, which is in column 7G, column 7 here. Now we press 7. The next thing, let's close the bracket and press enter. It will give us 258,750 for which one? For this customer order number. 258,750. Now let's proceed to use the get function, comma, type the get, press tab. The first question the get function will ask you your database. What is our database? Is this table. You will include the what? The header. You will highlight everything. Let me press F4 to lock it. The next thing, let me type comma so that we go to the next question, comma. The next question is feed. It's asking you the feed. Which feed do you want me to look for? Now the feed is total amount. That's the feed. You represent this feed, the header, total amount. The next question, let's press comma, comma. It will ask us for the criteria. What is the criteria do you want me to use? The criteria, you are going to pick these two header, customer order number and the what? And the customer. You press this one and you align these two. You pick these two together, customer order number and the number. It is under I7/I8. This is 7 and 8. You align the two together, customer order number and the what? And the number himself. Now close the bracket and press enter. It will give us the what? The same answer, the same result, 258,750. Now if I want to change this thing, that total amount, I don't want the total amount, I want the guest to return the product name. Let me just copy this product name, let me paste it here. You see that it give me the hand sanitizer under what? Under the customer order number. What did he bought? The customer bought hand sanitizer. That's why I return it. Now let's do the same thing for the VLOOKUP, whether it will return. Let's change the total amount to what? To product name. Press it. Now you will see that it has no effect at all when we change this, the total amount to the product name, not like the get. This is where the get is much better than the VLOOKUP. Now this the get has its own disadvantage too. Now for example, if I want to filter, let me say 123, this customer order number, let me paste it here. Now if I want to drag down the formula to give me the result for the customer order number for 123, you will see that it give me this order number for 123. The total amount sold is what? 1,375,000 naira, which is this one. But the same thing cannot work out for the get. The reason is that, let me drag it down. When I drag it down, you see that it gives me error message because this the get formula only work for the header, not by this formula that we drag down that is follow with this one. Now, if you want to the get to work perfectly, we can use the drop down list. Let me undo this one. Drop down list. We can use the drop down list. Now, when you click this space, goes to the data. When you go to the data, come to the data validation. When you come to the data validation, you will see any value, change it to the list, drop down list, and come here, press is equal to, and come to this customer order number, highlight everything, and click OK. Now we see that anything that you want to change, you can just come here, they are here. Now if I change this one to 123, it give us what? The product name because of the header, EEP chemical 123. EEP chemical, this is it, 123. Now if you want to change anything, or for example you want to know the amount, you can change the amount. Just copy this total amount, put it here. It will give us the total amount we sold for this 123, which is 1,375,000. The same thing for VLOOKUP. It's the same thing for the XLOOKUP. If I want to change this one to XLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, the XLOOKUP will first ask you lookup value. Pick this one. It will ask you for the lookup array. You will go to the highlight everything. Let me press F4 to lock it. The next thing, press comma. It will ask me for the return. What do you want me to return? Is it the column of the product name? Let me go to the product name because the product name is the header. Let me press the F4 and close the bracket. Press enter. It will give me the product name, which is the hand sanitizer, under what? Under 126. Under 126, this one. Hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer. But we can use what? We can use the drop down list to do what? To make use of the get function effectively. Now we can pick any customer ID number. It will change. Yes, we can add additional informations to this if you want to use the get effectively. For example, we have total amount here. We can put the what? The product name. We can add it here. Yes. We can add what? The product name here. Let's just copy this one and paste it here. When you paste it here, you will see the toilet soap. It gives us what? Toilet soap. Now if I change anything like the customer order number, any other number we want to look for the information, like 124, it will give me the information for what? The 101 000 124. The what we sold here is 1,480 something thousand. Let me see. Yes, this one. 124. The product, the total amount is 1,485,000. What did we sell? We sold products of ESP chemical. That's the product we sold. Yes, this is the ways to use the get function to replace the work of the VLOOKUP and the XLOOKUP. Thank you for listening. I remain Sunday Bada. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Compliment of the season. Bye.